Welcome to UK Manga Reviews. Hi guys!
Welcome to UK Manga Reviews. This is AstroKuriboh.
And this is WillVoy, and we're having a discussion!
Yeah, we like discussion.
We like discussions.
Yeah, we do.
See,
We do. Apart from all like the manga reviews we've got on this channel and the continuation of we've got games. I mean, we've got Neptunia, and now we've got Doki Doki Literature Club starting to upload for you guys, so that's coming. We do like to ramble, so
yeah, we do like to ramble, and usually we end up doing these ramblings like either on the phone, in the car, in the front room, over Skype, over Discord.
Yeah.
And we thought, hey, why don't we record them for you and let you
because this is like one of those like topics, like taboo topics that people like already know, but like the discussion just isn't there because it's just one of those things. But yeah, if you've already read the title of this video, you know what it's about. So so we'll show this picture.
Yeah, the whole point is that I found this picture a while ago, and frankly, to be honest with you guys, it just annoyed me.
Yeah, I mean, like initially, it looks like no offense to the guy who made it, but it's someone who looks a bit butthurt. Let's be brutally honest. It looks like someone who's angry at people who like deny the like anime and manga subgenre. Well, the following and the culture and the collecting, and
I mean, everyone has collectibles and stuff. Like, you can get into it collecting anything. There's so many different things around the world, and anime and manga is one of them. However, what I've come across is that speaking with particular people of an older generation, or older than us currently, just don't understand it, so seem to be rather ignorant towards it.
Yeah, I mean, we're from the UK, so it's definitely prevalent here.
Yes.
I mean, it's something that. So, right, okay, I'm rambling a bit here, going on a bit of a tangent, but
Here we go.
There's only so many conventions that come to this country, right? And I've been to a few of them. I've been to some gaming conventions. I've been to some anime cons and things like that. And they're great. But problem is, there's only so many of them, and that is due to the fact that it just really is not as popular here. And I would assert that the fact of the matter is that it's just a bit looked down upon. It's like you can't argue that it's not like that. Not to everyone. Like, there was loads of people. I mean, the community is growing like significantly since.
Oh yeah.
I mean, since I started watching it. I mean, when I started watching Bleach, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in a previous video, but that was my gateway into anime. But since I started watching that, like, it was so tiny here, like getting hold of anime and watching it, like when I found out all about it, and I was like, oh well, I want to buy the DVDs. Yeah, I want to buy the DVDs. I want to watch it. I would scour Google and search for things to watch and get grips to it. But then, I started trying to introduce some of my friends about it. Some were, really like up for it. This is when I was at school, and some were like, "Oh my god, you watch anime, you fucking weebo, you fucking weebo."
Yeah, it's like when I started properly getting into it and collecting the stuff, and I used to order stuff, and like ordering manga, for example. Now I've got quite a bit of it. I've probably got more than AstroKuriboh. Have I? Do you think?
What of what? Sorry.
Of manga.
Oh yeah, definitely manga.
Yeah,
Merchandise and things like that. Not so sure.
It's well, yeah, true. But when I lived with my mum after coming home from university, because university is when I fully started getting fully into it. I've always kind of been into it, but like second and third year of university is where I kind of started being like, I'm gonna properly dedicate myself and it basically my hobby. And it helped me, you know, I watched anime, for example. Like I think I watched the whole of Soul Eater while doing my dissertation, and then finished it off with Astro at a friend's house.
Yeah.
Night, because that's what university students do.
Yeah.
Apparently, but when I lived home with my mum after university for about 10, 11 months before I moved out, the manga books, she was like, "What is all this crap? Why do you need all this? It's all for kids, etc." And at which point I flicked up and what was it that I flicked up? And I think I flicked up and Is This a Zombie issue 1 and went, "Yeah, Mum, it's really for kids. Look at that." And she was bloody speechless. She had no idea what it was. And she always used to say when packaging of them used to turn up, because I used to order 3 or 4 online, or I'd go out to Waterstones and I'd buy them, or I'd go out to a manga shop and buy them. Like, "Oh, you're spending all your money on that crap again. It's all just crap and all just shit. It don't mean a thing." So,
do you know what? Right,
it means a lot to me.
Right. In response to someone who says something like that, I mean, think about it for a minute. I mean, you've got people who say that to you, but then if someone says that to you, say, "Well, what are you buying? What are you using your money for?"
Yeah.
That's the pivot of this. It's like, well, if what I'm buying is so unimportant to you, what are you buying that is so important? Like, yeah, I understand. Pay your bills, get food, get the essentials, get things that you want. But then, living in a first world country, which we do.
Yeah, we do.
You do buy luxury things for yourself. Like everything to do with anime is a luxury.
Yeah, it's like
not to go off on that first world fucking shitty tangent, but you know where I'm coming. You know where I'm coming from.
Yeah,
like if you've got to look at that from that kind of perspective, because
it's like for example,
it's what you do.
The last couple of months with me starting a new job and moving into a new house and all that lot, I haven't bought anything anime and manga related for a long time because I know I can't afford it. I know that I need petrol in my car. I know that I need to pay my electric bill, my water bill, the gas, all that sort of stuff. So it's not like I'm getting my wage and then going, right, I'm going to spend it all on stuff that I want. I don't know.
People. The thing is, though,
people do.
There is people do. Yeah, I mean, there are some people who do that, but it's aside from the point. What do people spend their money on? I mean, some people buy expensive stamps. People buy expensive stamps. People go to auctions and buy furniture that was made hundreds of years ago. People buy DIY equipment. People buy tickets to go and see concerts or to go watch football matches, or
people buy car parts for old cars and do cars in the garages or maintain them and build them.
That's a hobby.
Yeah,
they are all hobbies. I mean, obviously, if you needed a car part, I mean, that's not really a hobby, but you know what I mean. If you're into building cars, but
it's like people they might decide they might have a car that they want to use for racing, so they might save up the money and then go buy a new gearbox or a turbocharger or something like that to put in the car, and that's their hobby, but it's very expensive.
Yeah. But the point of the picture is really is in the top picture you've got someone who's a fanatic in what I'd assume was let's have a look at this.
It looks
like basketball. Basketball, NBA, really obsessed with NBA and basketball.
Well,
and they've got
they've
got lots of sports equipment, but mainly basketball there I can see. So that's fine. They like to get pictures of their sporting heroes, and probably some signed posters and all that kind of baseballs. What the fuck am I talking about? Basketballs. And in the one picture, you've got someone who also has a hobby, like the picture in the top.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of being in basketball, they like anime, manga, and it looks like gaming as well. So, you've got figures, anime figures. You've got manga. You've got
a wall scroll. You've got
I
think that's a Dakimakura on the back.
Yeah, you've got a Dakimakura, right? Okay. See, I think the real argument is why is the top socially acceptable and why is the bottom not?
That's what we're trying to work out, because I've always found that with I'm in my office room, and if anybody walks in here that doesn't know what anime and manga is, it basically will get like a smack in the face. It's like
they'll be smacked in the face like just by looking at the room. Let's put it that way.
Yes, because I've got my wall scrolls up, I've got my figures out on my bookshelves, and I've got my books up, and it's not as bad as like you'd think it is. It's relatively tidy in here, so it's not like it's plastered all over the wall, and it's not. See, if you walk into my house, it's not like it's all over the house. It doesn't take over the entire house. My living room doesn't have anything in it related to this sort of stuff at all. I've kept it all in kind of one room because it's kind of like where I like to,
it's your hobby room.
It's my hobby room.
Yeah.
But, you do see other people with collections which do go throughout the entire house.
I think the thing is, like, it's a warning point for me is when I see a Dakimakura. I'll be honest. I've got to be honest. Like that's just one of the things. Like, it's also how it's portrayed. I mean, let's be honest. Mostly what you see there is anime girls, right?
Yeah.
And what someone looking at us like, why have you got little girls as posters and a hugging pillow and etc. in your room?
The fact that the majority of anime, and when you think about it, the majority of anime is not designed, targeted towards Japanese teenagers and young adults.
Yeah,
that's what their main characters usually are. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that there is an anime out there which is targeted towards adults as well.
Yeah.
And, anime is not just one thing. It's like any other television sort of media. It's got different genres. You've got sci-fi, fantasy. You've got adult, action, thriller, comedy. You've got all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
It's not just one thing, but the one about, teenagers and young adults is probably one of the biggest genres, isn't it? Like, it goes into all the others.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. The thing is that it's a good hobby. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of like cutesiness about it, and I think from saying that, you've got to think, right, this is why it's about masculinity. Seriously, when you think about it from a male perspective, sorry, all the females out there, but seriously, let's be honest. The anime and manga fandom is predominantly white male.
Yeah.
Isn't it? No, seriously, that's the bullshit. It is.
It really is. But there are also females out there which like it as well. It's probably one reason.
Oh yeah, no. Don't get me wrong.
It's
just statistically speaking. Yeah. It's just statistically speaking. I mean, that's what it is. It's, or race doesn't come into it. Let's be honest. It's mostly guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mostly guys who are into this stuff. I mean, but I think the point is we're talking about it from a man's perspective. I think that's what it is. That's what this is all about, because the top picture is like the epitome of male masculinity. It's, I love basketball. I want to play basketball forever. It's fucking great. I love watching it and collecting stuff from it. And in the lower picture, you've got a man also. It could be a woman, I don't know. But let's assume it's a guy who likes to collect figures and posters and games, etc., which feature predominantly female characters, and usually, that's just how it is. And someone walking in and seeing that, or seeing this picture, for example, they'll tell you, right, the top guy, is, he loves basketball, and the bottom one is weird.
I think it's also to do with, and I know this is going to sound really weird to some people out there, but me and Astro have actually encountered before, is gender stereotyping,
Oh, another ballpark. Oh, yeah, god.
Gender stereotype.
This is what it's about. This is what it's about.
It is what it's about. Gender stereotyping is basically where you assume what you should be. If you're a guy, most people will be like, oh, well, you must like football. You must like, you must like this. You must like cars and that sort of stuff. But you might not. And some people believe that women, you must like, cooking or cleaning and shit like that. And I'm not meaning to sound.
Oh god.
I'm not meaning to sound sexist. I'm doing this in a very, very broad way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Yeah.
I think that fact that if guys do like anime and manga, it throws it off. It's like, look at the whole My Little Pony thing.
Another kind of word.
Do you know what I mean? Now, me and Astro have a friend in common who is very into My Little Pony, and I've not got a problem with it. Some people find it really weird that guys like My Little Pony, because My Little Pony is a television program aimed at young female children, right?
Right.
So you're doing it right now, though, aren't you? Come on.
Yeah.
You can't help it.
Everyone has prejudice.
Yeah.
That should be really should have been the title of this video. Everyone has prejudice, and you can't help it. Like, I could be the guy in the bottom, and I could love anime and manga and games, but fucking hate ponies.
Yeah.
Which I do. I'll openly admit I hate that fandom. I don't know whether. I mean, I've watched a lot of videos about people discussing the fandom, just to try and get a broad perspective about what it's all about. I mean, I tried to listen to people who are in the fandom, and I respect their opinion. It's like, if you like that, fine, watch it. It's when it goes. This is more prejudice. It's when it goes too far.
When it goes too far. What classes as too far, though?
Furry.
Oh god. Okay.
No, but it is. Like, again, another fan base, which, again, I feel like if you're happy about doing that, that's fine by me.
But
I've never. The thing, yeah, I know it can. Like, for example, anime fandom can go too far. I've seen it go too far.
Oh yeah, I have too.
I've seen it go too far. When you go to a convention, you've got so many different types of people who go there. It's people who are mildly interested in it. You've got people who are mildly interested in it to nothing at all, and then on the other spectrum, you've got people who literally use, fucking, a Naruto manga, or what's it called now? Like, some kind of manga is like the holy grail. You know what I mean?
So they're basically coming around like, issue 1 of Naruto is like my Bible.
What's it called? What's it called? Just like watching fucking Fist of the North Star religiously, and just being like, oh, it's a Bible or some shit,
And you also get different type of people. Like, you also get the cosplayers as well, and you get the ones who do it for fun, and then you get the ones that are so serious about it that if it's not perfect, they get pissed off at you.
Yeah. Right, let's reel it back, because these are other topics.
Yeah,
we
reel it back for hours. This is what we're on about.
Reel it back.
We have had 3 or 4 hour conversations before. I mean, we once drove all the way down to Wales once, and we had a 3-hour conversation in the car about this sort of stuff non-stop.
Yeah.
I think the only time we stopped is because we had to go through a toll booth.
Yeah. But anyway,
we paid in 10p coins, didn't we?
It was great. But yeah, the point of this video is, one, everyone's got prejudice, so it depends on your angle. Yeah. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Fair enough. I don't hate people who love NBA. I don't hate people who love basketball. If you love that, that's fine. I respect you.
Yeah.
If you love anime, you know, really love it. Like, you design your whole room about, you know, showing your devotion to it. That's great. So, you know, I think it is valid to have your own opinion and respect people for their interests and their hobbies.
Yeah.
But when you come to the social angle of it and you think, right, why isn't this as accepted? It's just because things like sport and things they've been around longer. They've been around longer.
Yeah.
Haven't they? Let's be honest.
I do believe that with anime and manga and anything Japanese, is when you think about it, it's a completely different type of culture, and it's the other side of the world,
Yeah.
the United Kingdom.
Yeah,
Even
they
the
were completely
United
different
States.
cultures to us.
It's
Like, even the little things.
Yeah,
like,
little things.
like, you know, when you go in someone's house, and sometimes people, like, we're talking from a UK angle here, but you go in someone's house, and it depends who they are, like, whether you take your shoes off or not. Whereas in Japan, it's like, yeah, take your shoes off and then put these very specific slippers on, or, you know, you're being really disrespectful. You know, things like that.
Yeah, and when you think about it, the whole Japanese culture is built up around respect as well. When I've looked into it in the past, you know, it's like, for example, most of the high schools don't employ many cleaners because the students clean after themselves all the time, and they'll like have duties in the classroom, you know, at the end of the day. So they'll stay behind school, they'll wipe the windows and the desks and the floor down, and that sort of stuff, because they've been brought up in the culture to respect that.
Yeah.
Which I personally think is actually really good, and that should be, if anything, people should learn from that sort of culture and that sort of thing as well. And they could learn from us some ways as well. I'm not saying that they're the best in the world, because there's still a lot of problems over in Japan.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of problems in Western countries as well.
Well, just to finalise this video before we go any further, but the main thing is that, you know, we know for a fact now that the industry, or the fandom and the industry, is growing because the popularity of it is evolving in Western countries. Like, it is getting really popular in the UK now, like really popular. You know, the amount of conventions that have those kinds of themes in them is significantly more than I remember it, you know, maybe 5-10 years ago. So yeah, good thing. So and perhaps eventually
coming out in English as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, definitely. So perhaps eventually we might see this pivotal change in attraction to it. I mean, and acceptance to it as well, because like, there's so many people that you just talk to and they're just like, oh, you know, my son/daughter likes this. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. From when we went to that car boot. Yeah, I mean, random people. It's like at the car boot, exactly. Like, you wouldn't expect to find someone who had someone who was like the related thing there.
Yeah, old couple came up to her, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like, oh, my daughter's really into, and my granddaughter's really into this, and she likes it. So I'm looking for stuff like that for her, and we're like, well, we can help you. And she was really appreciative of it. We've done it in bloody Waterstones, for crying out loud. Remember that?
Yeah. So then you got to take that. You know, there's an older generation which is accepting it. It's like, look, you know, we know things are changing and people's interests are changing. So, you know, it's not doing anyone any harm. So go for it. But there we go. So that's a nice wrap up, really.
Yeah. So
I'm quite happy with that.
I would just finalise my points. I would say that no matter what you're into, if it's anime, manga, if it's football, if it's My Little Pony, if it's anything, you know, I would always want people to be respectful of what people like, because the minute that people start stereotyping people and saying things about their hobbies is the minute that people start to turn on each other. Yeah.
We don't want that.
And we don't want that.
Peace and love. No, it's not peace and love. Love and peace. Love. I'm gonna put a picture of Rash. Oh, now doing that. Love and peace. Love and peace. That's what we want.
So yeah, we thought we'd do a little short discussion on this because we could actually go on for hours and hours and hours on this.
But we're not gonna bore you to death.
We're not gonna bore you to death. No.
Nah. All right then, guys.
All right.
Thanks for watching anyway. If you got this far.
Yeah, if you got this far. But no, let us know what you think in the comments as well, and we'll try our best to reply back to people.
Or even if you want us to discuss something else, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
By all means, we'll discuss anything.
Right, this is AstroKuriboh signing out.
And this is WillVoy. We'll see you later.
See you later.